hustling on, gotta keep hustling on. I'll keep hustling on, gotta keep hustling on. I'll keep hustling on, gotta keep hustling on.
Yo, what it do, world? Welcome to a whole nother new episode of You Ain't Outside Podcast, hosted by your boy. I'm back at it like I never left something, you know what I mean? Never regret something, you feel me? Sipping my Stella Rose wine, you feel me? But yeah, other than that, thank y'all for always tuning in with your boy. Got another great episode for y'all. Other than that, I want to kind of get started on everything, So the first question of the podcast I got for y'all is, are you willing to shift your life? So what I say by shifting, I mean like pivoting, doing something different, doing something out the norm, doing something that you don't know how to do. I think our mind is made to do new things, because once you conquer something, it's like your mind becomes stagnant if you continue to just trying to conquer what you already conquered, So I think our mind is made to always try and do something new, take a new way, So right now I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's snowing. So I always say this when I see snow paths, so like certain paths are already made, for me to walk through, and I see it from footsteps that people have already laid the foundation. But I like to sometimes carve my own path, and start breaking down, like, walking through snow banks that don't have footsteps, so I can make a way for somebody else, and it might be an easier path. So that's how our brain is operated. That's how life is operated. When you're doing something different, you end up loving something else, and you conquer that. And then you go on and then you do something else again, and you just keep building these things and these tools under your belt, and you grow. You pass those lessons on, you give it to somebody else to learn, and and they become great at it, So, like I said, are you willing to shift your life? Uproot whatever it is that you knew then. Are you willing to shed all that and do something different and learn something else and do great at that? I was watching an interview about Jimmy Iovine. He was kind of saying, like, that's what personifies him. That is what helps him become the person that he is. He isn't stagnant. He conquers something, and then he moves on to do something different and become greater. So I kind of took heed to that, and that's where I'm at in life. I feel like that with certain jobs. If it's a job that I know I'm great at, and I've showed time after time, I feel like I have to do something different to challenge myself. Otherwise, I become bored. And when you become bored, that's the devil's idle time. And you just be in the mix, and then you end up finding yourself on the wrong path because you're bored. So yeah, like I said, if you're willing to change your life and shift your life, I salute you. If you're not, I understand too. Maybe you comfortable with where you are, what you're trying to do, and that's understandable too. So whatever floats your boat. But like I said, if you're willing to change and shift your life, understand it's gonna be a challenge. But do what you got to do, make it happen, and continue to move forward. Yeah, man, so that's the entertainment part of the podcast, you feel me, man? New music, man. So first and foremost, I wanted to start out with them albums. Shout out to YFN Lucci. He got the Already Legend, the Thank You edition. So I'm guessing that's like kind of extra songs that he put on the album that he just dropped, which is entitled Already Legend. Shouts out to Lil Baby. He dropped middle of the summer, the EP. Black Boy JB got a project called TBC. Make sure y'all go check that out. Hit Boy and Spank Nitty James dropped Yeast Talking. So make sure y'all go check that out. NF got an EP called Fear. Make sure y'all go check out Zapper. He dropped Bronx Baby. Filthy Rich got Heart of the Hood. Make sure y'all go check that out. Oakland's Finest. Witch dropped Okinawan Woman, I believe it's entitled. Make sure y'all go check out Blanco. He got the EP called Paradise on a Lifeboat. T Grizzly dropped Street Songs. Baby Osama got Skid Marks. And I believe some of these albums are older, and I believe some of them are newer. So I'm just giving everything what I see. Shout out to Dash Dillinger. He dropped Rotation. Merkham's dropped the album called the Ayotole. Yeah. So you know what I mean. So make sure y'all go check out those projects. You know what I mean. Some of them might be new, some of them might be older. You know what I mean. Maybe but shouts out to whoever been dropping. Because we at the end of the year anyway. So I don't think too many people gonna be dropping albums. I heard Drake dropping his album. So let's see. But yeah, other than that, we got a lot of great projects. Black Boy JP got a single entitled Passion featuring Big 30. Stove God Cooks got a song called Goat Stamp. Six Bill got something called 91st to Shibuya. Shouts out to Baja Banks, got Moon and Stars. Shouts out to Lil Uzi Vert, he just dropped 2 joints, I believe. So make sure y'all go check those out. Shouts out to SMJ, got Box Chevy. So those some of the new songs that dropped. You know what I mean? Like I said, we at the end of the year, the fourth quarter. So I don't know who's gonna be dropping, but we at the end of the year, so I'm pretty sure everybody's getting prepared for next year. So shouts out to everybody who dropped this year. It was a great year. It was a great year, a lot of great music. You know what I mean? So everybody just get ready for next year. Y'all just keep perfecting y'all craft. New artists keep finding y'all craft. The older artists keep putting in the work that y'all been putting in. And the newer artists that we don't even know of yet. I said I can't wait for y'all till y'all find what y'all really love to do and y'all passion, which is music. And I can't wait till y'all contribute to the world. Other than that, that's all I got for entertainment. Yeah, man. So this is the sports part of the podcast. So first and foremost, I'm gonna start out with my NFL power rankings. So coming in at 5, I have the Indianapolis Colts. Coming in at 4, I have the Denver Broncos. Coming in at 3, I have the New England Patriots. Coming in at 2, I have the Seattle Seahawks. And coming in at number 1, I have the Los Angeles Rams. So y'all know how that changes week to week, but right now, that's what it's looking like right now. Playoffs is around the corner, so it's finna be a whole new ball game. It ain't about who's the best. It's about who lasts. So I can't wait to till that happens. I'm very excited for it. Other than that, I got my college football rankings. So coming in at number 5, I have Texas Tech. Coming in at 4, I have Georgia. Coming in at 3, I have Texas A&M. Coming in at 2, I have Indiana. And coming in at number 1, I have the Ohio State Buckeyes. So that's my power rankings for the college football, for this week. Other than that, let's go. First power rankings of the year for the NBA. Coming in at 5, I have the Houston Rockets. Nope, coming in at 5, I have the Miami Heat. Coming in at 4, I have the Toronto Raptors. Coming in at 3, I have the LA Lakers. Coming in at 2, I have the Detroit Pistons. And coming in at number 1, I have the OKC Thunder. Yeah, so we got Miami. We got LA. We got Toronto. We got Detroit. And then we got OKC. So that's my top 5 first ever power rankings of this NBA season. Y'all know how it changes week to week, so a lot of teams is right there on the cusp already. Yeah, so other than that, that's all I got for the sports part of the podcast. Yeah, man, so this is the Off the Dome segment of the podcast, where, I speak my mind and whatnot, so I just want to pivot on basically everything what I'm talking about this episode, or just pivoting and doing something different. My Off the Dome segment is kind of pertaining towards that, so I just want to let y'all know, to the whole world, know when it's time to change, see the room, know when it's time to pivot and do something different and go somewhere different. Doesn't mean that your way ain't the way. You could the main thing is always the main thing, but understand it might be time for you to transition and do something different, a new job, maybe a new city, a new state, a new diet, a new way of thinking. Just pivot and just try to do something different, otherwise you become stagnant. You become stagnant in your thinking. Your mind becomes cloudy. You're not able to think. You're not able to, function. And us as humans, when we become like that, you become irritable. You become more, you can become violent like that, So just try to look at new ways of doing things and just trying to keep bettering yourself as a human, But other than that, thank y'all for tuning in. You Ain't Outside podcast hosted by your boy. Like I always say, man, if you ain't outside, where you at?
Okay.